To be precise, Mona has been the founder and managing director for Krypton Global Investments. Prior to launching Krypton Global Investments, she was the director international and NRI residential services at Colliers International. And previous to that, director international projects marketing at Knight Frank India. She instead alumni, INSEAD alumni with over a decade of experience, expertise in sales, marketing, and strategy in local and international real estate market. She has won several awards and have worked with some of the top developers across the globe, connecting them to the Indian audience intelligently. And there is no two doubt about it. She has been the lady for this particular industry. I've been knowing for quite some time now. And it's interesting to know how things have changed post and pre-corona, and how she has able to manage that balance between the two entities that she's been associated initially with. And it's all yours, Mona. It's lovely being associated with Krypton, and we look forward to your presentation.
Thank you, Mayank. So today I don't have a presentation with me. All my esteemed colleagues are presenting various programs on migration and the different options that are available. So I thought that today what I would do is reach out to our audiences, the online as well as the in-person audience who's watching this forum, to kind of take a step back and understand why migration, and what should they kind of think of, and what are the differences in the various options available to them that they should be cognizant of before they make a decision on basically which country they need to migrate. So to the audiences who are listening, um, there's something basic that we need to be aware of, to in terms of options available to Indian audiences, and in terms of all the compliances and all the Indian infrastructure that you need to look at, all the rules, regulations, etc. And in the 15 minutes that I have, I aim to just give you a basic overview on how this could be done seamlessly, and I hope that my talk today is helpful to you. Uh, Before I begin, a brief about myself. I know Mayank has very effectively introduced me. I am also in this business from over a decade now. Migration international properties is something that I have dedicatedly done with Indian investors for over 15 years now. Krypton is a boutique niche advisory firm where we always act on the behalf of the customer. We are always the client's representative. And I'll talk about this more at the end. Uh, to come back to our topic about migration, recently I had a chat with one of my clients who said that he did not even know the difference. Like, do I have options? Is it just citizenship? Can I do something else? What is the difference between citizenship and permanent residency? So I realized that in all the consults that we give, and all the information that is available on Google, on various websites, with the different companies that are promoting migration, it makes sense to have someone on your side who kind of helps you seamlessly understand what are the basics and what are the options available to you. So, in a brief nutshell, if I had to say what is the difference between permanent residency and citizenship, it simply means that permanent residency allows you to live, work, and conduct business in a country for all your life. You need not hold the passport of that country. You could still be an Indian citizen and be a permanent resident of some other country. The only difference there would be that you would not be allowed to vote in that country, and you will not have the legal benefits of, say, social services or unemployment benefits, etc., etc., where the citizens of that country get. Whereas when you opt for a citizenship, you surrender your Indian passport and you become a bona fide citizen of a different country, which means not only do you get to enjoy all the privileges that a permanent resident does, you also get the government benefits and the right to vote and be involved in the political scenario of that particular country. So at a broad level, this is the difference. Now, when we customize it, or when you think about it, on what is it that is going to be effective for you? What is your situation? Does your situation demand that you give up your Indian passport and become a citizen? Or does your situation demand that even being a permanent resident somewhere else would fulfill your need and would fulfill your objective of that money that you're spending on getting a different permanent residency? So this is something that that you need to understand what is your motivation. Prashant mentioned, children's education. Of course, that is a very, very key criteria. Um, you also then, if children's education is the criteria, then you need to also connect the numbers. So we recently, were hand-holding a family to immigrate to the US, pre the 900,000 days. And we had to sit and make an Excel sheet and spreadsheet, understanding that what is the tuition fee that a child is going to be saving if he chooses to go to an in-state college vis-a-vis international student. And we realized that the child in question did not want to go and settle down in Texas in the US. He wanted to be in New York. Now, suppose if they took the EB5 via New York, then if he still went, if they took the EB5 via Texas and he still went to college in New York, then he would still not qualify for the in-state admission fee. So, and that made the parents realize that it's not going to be much of a difference whether they send the child from India or they send him from one state to the other state in the United States. So these are very, very small nuances, which come across when you're dealing with making your decision, when you're doing decision making, and you need somebody trusted on your side who's going to help you navigate through all of this, through all the options that are available, and understand what is better for you. One more tip that I would like to give here to all the audience that is watching. Of course, who's thinking of immigration? Not everybody wants to go to Canada and take the zero cost of, get qualified for their business plan and go. Our largest audience is the super HNIs, which already have a huge existing database of wealth in their own country. Be very, very cognizant and careful to understand what are the Indian rules, what are the RBI rules, what are the FEMA regulations, how do you become a citizen of a different country and seamlessly enjoy your wealth all over the globe, right? That part is extremely important to understand from whomever you're working with. Um, this is a public forum, so I would not like to get into much detail, but this is something that you should make a note on, that when you are thinking of becoming a citizen of another country, please understand how your wealth management will happen, how you're going to seamlessly immigrate your wealth as well as yourself to a different country. So that should be the agenda to understand. One step forward. If suppose you have understood your motivation to become a citizen of a different country, whatever your motivation may it be your children's education, may it be setting up your business abroad, may it be for a better lifestyle, may it be for whatever reason you may so choose to become. What happens when you land up in that country? What are the rules and regulations of that country? What are the compliance checks that you need to do? How do you settle in? How do you maximize your investment into that country? All of these are things which are easily available for each one of you to study and understand. I mean, thanks to Google, all of us have become very knowledgeable and informed, and which is why we are able to diversify from being competent at one thing but then offering lots of other solutions. My tip to whoever is listening to me today is caveat emptor. Beware, do your own research, understand what you want, where you want it from, be a knowledgeable participant in the process of citizenship. Please do not go with even if it's a very trusted professional. Remember, it is you and your family that is going to make the change and not the professional and their company. So be an aware customer, have your list of questions ready. Any kind of citizenship program can be easily studied on the net. All the information that we try to give you in 15 minutes is available for you to read at your leisure in any of my esteemed colleagues' websites, their presentations, which Mayank will email for sure, and even on the net. There is no excuses for not reading through all of that, understanding what you feel are the best options to you, and then coming back to a professional like me or anybody else on this panel to say, look, I have shortlisted this. Do you think that works with my family culture? So I would like to highlight another real life example where we were dealing with a family with two children, where one child was absolutely healthy, normal, intelligent child, and the other child was a child with learning disabilities. Now, if you have a child with learning disabilities, what country supports that, not only in terms of infrastructure, but what country supports that in terms of education. How does it impact his visa application? How does he become a citizen of a different country? How is he protected? What about the property and the wealth that is in his name in this country? So there are many, many nuances to it. I always tell all my customers, don't come to me just because you want me to execute a migration program for you. Anybody can do that. I can do it. All my colleagues can do it. There are thousands of companies all over the world which will help you execute a migration program. Come to me when you really need to understand how your life is going to change, how it will be impacted, how can you enjoy the same lifestyle and the culture that you've enjoyed in this country, how can you enjoy the same lifestyle in a different country and get all the benefits of the investments you've made. So don't my last tip, which of course something in my favor, but also I need to tell you, is work with a very, very trusted professional. Work with somebody who will watch your back. Work with somebody who will not only execute and do the paperwork and help you navigate through all of this, but work with somebody who will also handhold you till you're settled and become a very healthy citizen of the other jurisdiction that you wish to go to. Of course, it's also important to understand the different programs and how much you need to spend and whether you can mitigate that risk by real estate or whether such a risk actually exists. Is it worth taking? Is it not worth taking? Some big names in UAE have been, I just had this news yesterday that one of the bigger names in UAE has been hauled up for promoting a false citizenship via investment program and charging an X number of dollars. My answer to everybody on that forum, the forum that gave me this news was, I don't blame the agency, I blame the customers. In a day and age where we are so digitally connected and aware, there is no reason for any customer to get duped by any spurious immigration program. All it takes is a phone call. All it takes is a simple Google search on your own to understand whether what they are selling is legit or not selling. So go with trusted professionals, go with people you know will be hand holding you till your entire process is finished end to end. Last but not the least, tax. We have many countries offering the very enviable rate of 9% tax. Ireland does it. Lena mentioned one country, Montenegro does it. I know Grenada does it. So many countries have a low tax window. What you need to understand is how does that impact your taxes in India? There is something called as POEM, which is Place of Effective Management. Don't forget to read up about these terms. Understand how your business till date, till the time you decided to immigrate, your business is situated in India. If you are now going to take a citizenship of another country, how is that going to impact your taxation on your business in India? How do you seamlessly take it forward to the other country? I know one of my colleagues who's going to come and speak sometime after me, Kamlesh, is an excellent person to understand how this will happen in the UK. But similar to him, there are professionals who can help and guide you in within different countries. And you have professionals like me in India who are based in India who will coordinate on your behalf with all of these other professionals and give you a clear roadmap forward on how to take this to have a seamless immigration. Identification of investments. When you talk about citizenship via investments program, identification of where you're going to invest is almost as important as where you're going to apply for a citizenship. Be very, very careful of dealing with people whose core competency is not investments and have just started offering investments because it just appeals to the audience. I would heartily request you to be safe, be smart, deal with somebody who knows what investments are, who has been doing investments for a long period of time, understands one project from the other. Even for most of my audience here who know that EB5 is kind of the most safe and secure way to get into the US. Remember, EB5 may get you the green card, and the passport, but you also want your money back. You want your money coming back to you at some point. And that's not going to happen if you don't choose your product or your project carefully. So ideally, when you're exploring a citizenship via investment program, be sure that you're working with somebody who understands both aspects. Eventually, one person cannot do it all. Even whoever you work with in India is going to collaborate with a group of trusted professionals all across the world. As long as you know that the Indian compliance and the Indian checklist part of it is being managed effectively, you can be rest assured that there are amazing professionals in every jurisdiction who will help you make a smooth transition into a different country. My contact details are given here, and for some of you who wish to have a one-on-one consult, I am offering free consultations to anybody on this forum. Please get in touch with Mayank and he will connect you with me. I wish you all the best on this journey. And if you wish to talk about exploration of investments or citizenship programs, do reach out. I'm around. I'm happy to help you. Thank you.